In the year 2000, the ground beneath these two towers did not exist. There was no soil here, no bedrock close enough to touch, nothing but 40 feet of open seawater in the Persian Gulf. And yet today, a pair of 550-foot towers shaped like two crossed swords rise out of that same water. And every single engineer who first looked at the plans said it could not be done. This is the story of how a nation built land out of nothing, then built two of the most structurally punishing skyscrapers on Earth on top of it. And if you think pouring concrete is boring, wait until you hear what happens when concrete gets hot enough to tear itself apart from the inside. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will never look at a hole in the ground the same way again. It starts with a coin. A small, unremarkable, centuries-old Qatari coin engraved with two crossed swords, the kind of thing that sits in a museum case and gets glanced at for 3 seconds before a visitor moves on. Except one architect did not move on. He looked at that coin and saw a skyline. He saw two blades leaning toward each other, curving through the air, and he decided that Qatar's newest waterfront city needed to wear that symbol at 400 times the size in glass and steel and concrete, permanently. There was just one small problem. The land those swords needed to stand on did not exist yet. So Qatar did something almost unthinkable. They built the ground first. Dredgers pulled millions of cubic meters of sand and sediment up from the floor of the Gulf and pumped it layer by layer onto the open sea until an entirely new coastline, 38 square kilometers of it, rose up where there used to be nothing but waves. An entire man-made peninsula built specifically to hold a skyline that did not exist yet, for a city that did not exist yet, to celebrate a World Cup that had not happened yet. And here is the part almost nobody talks about. Reclaimed land is a liar. It looks solid. It looks like ground you can build a house on, let alone a 211-meter tower. It is not. Geotechnical engineers drove test probes into that new land and got numbers that should have ended the project on the spot. The top 20 meters were loose, freshly placed sand sitting on soft marine clay, soil so weak that if you tried to stand a garden shed on it, it might sink. Now imagine putting a 36-story hotel tower on it. The engineers had a phrase for what they were looking at.